Hey guys, welcome to day 95 of my carnivore journey. And if you're joining me for the first time, thank you so much. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble speaking all of a sudden. Anyways, guys, welcome to my little humble diary. I appreciate all the love and support that I get from you guys. It really means a lot. Tonight, real quick, I'm going to, of course, give you my daily updates first, and then we're going to get into a little bit of discussion about like how I handle supplements and also intermittent fasting. This was something that I had just brought up to me and in the comments. And I've also had a few other people that have been fairly new. So sometimes I have to kind of go back and repeat some information, but it's important. It's important that we repeat this for people. It just helps. So that's what we want to do. We want to help people that are getting into this. So as far as myself and how today went pretty good. I actually wasn't real hungry. I had one hard-boiled egg. I only had one left. Somehow, my eggs ended up missing a few of them, but that's okay. My family loves hard-boiled eggs as well, so sometimes they snag a few. So I had one odd one. So I just had one. I took one to work. And then I also got me a fatty, Slim Jim type thing, like a fatty meat stick. It's called a fatty 3.0, like meat stick. It's just the original flavoring. It's from like grass-fed beef, but I mean, there's like a small teeny bit of sugar and, you know what I mean? Not always the greatest things, but hey, I mean, every once in a while you can have stuff like that. It's a meat snack and it helped tide me over. And then when it came for dinner time, honestly, I'm not very hungry today. So I actually ended up eating 1.5 more hard-boiled eggs. I had just made some more eggs and snacked on one, and then my wife snagged half of my other egg because I was going to have two, but she snagged half of one. So I had 1.5 for dinner. So altogether, 2.5 eggs and a meat stick. I know it's not a lot of calories and things like that, but I just don't really feel like eating anything else today. So I'll probably let my body fast from here on out. So intermittent fasting, let's kind of dive into this right away, because that's what I ate as far as how I felt. Very solid again. Like I've been telling you guys almost every day, really solid. I haven't gone poop in a few days. So that's kind of normal when you're eating, stuff with very little waste. But felt really good. Today was, again, decent day. Nothing I can truly complain about too much. Not a lot of aches and pains. Just solid, man. That's what I love about carnivore. It's just a solid, and it's probably for me being 3 months in, over 3 months now. It's given me hope because it's sustainable, and that's what I love. So intermittent fasting, yes, I do intermittent fasting, but it kind of almost goes hand in hand with the carnivore lifestyle. The reason is because I typically will eat around 7 to 8 o'clock p.m. That's just, I get off work at 7. Sometimes I get home at 6:30-ish or whatever, and I'll start making dinner. Just depends on how quick dinner is or whatever. But typically, I'll be done by dinner usually no later than 9 o'clock p.m. Once I eat, I rarely have any kind of late night snacks anymore because I'm pretty much full from dinner. I just don't crave any late night snacks. And when I do, if there is like a late night snack that I start kind of getting tempted to have, like a piece of cheese or something, I just typically resist it because I'm not really hungry, It's just, I think maybe out of like late night boredom or something, and old habits. So a lot of times I won't do it because I know that it'll kind of start my fast all over again. But generally speaking, though, I usually just, stay up, do my stuff, whatever, then go to bed. And I get up and I start my routine, and I don't eat anything in the morning. Generally speaking, I don't eat anything in the morning because I just don't Again, I don't really feel like it. It's not my thing. I do wake up a little hungry sometimes, but it goes away quickly. Goes away. I've said this many, many times. It goes away very quickly, and I'm just good. I'm just solid. I'm not starving. I'm not uncomfortable. And I just go about my business. And then typically around 2 o'clock ish, 2 to 3 o'clock is when I break my fast. So I'm generally fasting from like 9 p.m. to like 3 or 2. Well, let's just say 2, usually like at maybe an early time frame. So usually like a 9 to 2, I'm fasting. So you figure, what is that? 3 hours there plus 12, that's 15, 16, 17. So I'm doing like a 17-hour fast each day. Sometimes it could be 16. Now there's days when, like the other day, I was hungry at like 12:30, so I had like one egg. And then a couple hours later, I had the other egg. But I usually will have 2 hard-boiled eggs to break my fast with. So yeah, like I said, typically I'm usually going to fast anywhere from 15, and sometimes I've even not had the eggs and I just wait till dinner. Sometimes on the weekends I'll end up fasting 18 hours or so, or 20 hours. It just really depends. And then I just have like the one meal, and usually we'll eat, a pound of meat, or, whatever I feel like eating, however hungry I am, I'll listen to my body, and then I'm usually good to go. So fasting has really became just something out of the routine of being in the carnivore lifestyle. It's just something that's fit my life really well also. Now, some people have been doing like some 3-day fasts, even some 7-day fasts. I may do that as well. There may be a time coming up I might go ahead, and I have done it in the past a long time ago. But I may do, we may do some of that. Right now I'm just sort of, this is my normal daily routine type stuff. Some can argue that when you get in that routine though, when you get in the routine of where you're kind of like doing the same thing every day, that your body doesn't actually fast sometimes, that it kind of knows and it adapts to that routine. So it doesn't always act the same as a fast. So that's why they said every once in a while you want to kind of mix it up. Maybe sometimes you might want to get up and have something in the morning. I've done that. Like on the weekends, I'll wake up and I'll have a piece of bacon in the morning, just like one piece of bacon or something, just enough to kind of trick my body and say, aha, I'm not fasting like you thought I was right now. And then sometimes I'll go longer, or like I said, then you might do a 24-hour or 48-hour fast or something, just to throw your body off a little bit too, so you want to do that every once in a while. So far, I think if you guys followed me every single day of my 90-day journey, so far 95 days now, you know that I haven't skipped a day. I haven't done fasting. I haven't done a full fast or anything. So I've just been sort of sticking to like this little bit of routine, but that's what I said. I'm about to start mixing up a little bit with some more fasting in there. So I hope that answers your guys' questions about fasting. But if you guys have questions like that, or you want me to cover a little more about some subjects, let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to cover more of that in the next topic. I want to keep this video, I try to keep everything under 15 minutes now. And so the one thing I want to talk about real quick is supplements too. This is like a huge debated topic. The way I understand it is that if you pretty much are eating like steak all the time, if you're eating like a lion diet and you're eating good, like decent quality meat from cows that have a good diet and stuff, then I believe you're going to get all of the necessary nutrients. Now, some may say that might include organs, but there is some people that are only eating steak. They're not really eating a lot of organ meat. So you could kind of say, well, if it's a proper human diet, and the humans back then would eat a lot of the animal, like including the organs, like pretty much a lot of the edible parts of an animal, then yeah, you could say they're getting all the nutrients. But if you're just eating a certain cut of the steak, are you getting enough supplements? I don't know. But the way I look at it is they do say that you get just about everything in a steak or basically beef. So the way I handle supplements is I have magnesium, potassium, and zinc in my cupboard. Okay, now I'm actually getting some iodine drops tomorrow because I do feel like I want to start including more iodine. And I'm going to start putting that in my coffee. I guess that was one of the ways, like put a couple of drops in your coffee each day. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I believe that's what even Dr. Ken Berry said, was that he puts a couple drops in his coffee every day. And I got the exact ones that he got, which was funny because I went shopping and like on Amazon and I found these and then I went to go order them. Like, wait a minute. I think Dr. Berry recommended or said which ones he used. I went and looked them up. It was the same ones. So it just worked out. But yeah, I want to start doing some more iodine in mine as well. But okay, so the supplements, so the potassium, zinc, and the magnesium, potassium, and zinc, I don't take them every day. Now tonight I did, because tonight I've got to do my exercises. Today's exercise day, but also I didn't really have a lot of meat. I had like that meat stick, and other than that, like if I had meat, like a lot of ground beef today or a steak, that's usually when I don't take my supplements. But if I lay off the meat a little bit more, so because some days I'll do like a smaller amount of meat, but I'll have more eggs or something, or eggs and bacon or something. So on those days when I cut back on the meat, I'll take my supplements. So that's kind of the way I've been playing it, and it hasn't done me wrong so far. So take that for what you will when it comes to supplements. Some people take it every single day, but again, if I'm eating meat, for the most part, I believe you're going to get a lot of the nutrients you need for the most part. But again, if you cut back on a little bit of meat, you're eating like chicken or any days when I just cut back on red meat, then I'll go ahead and take my supplements just for the heck of it, just to make sure. But I do take them, every so often. I took them tonight. Other than that, I think that's about everything, guys. I hope that helps. I'm trying to keep everything short and sweet. But guys, just hang in there. I know, look, one of the biggest challenges for me was I was a carb sugar addict. I love food. I loved food. I love all these things. But now that the longer I've gone and keep feeling this way, the less important all of those foods were. When I first started this, as you guys remember my first videos, it was just like, God, how am I going to give up pizza? How am I going to give up cookies and caramels and cakes and all these lovely things that I absolutely loved and cherished back then? But now it's like, I just look at that stuff as tasty poison and I just keep trucking, man, because I know that I just feel good. I feel good and I don't want to end that. I feel like if I go and have that cake or if I go and have those things, I know it's not going to kill me, but I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel the aches and pains. I'm going to start feeling that because I experienced that when I did have those couple cookies at one time. So, guys, if you're struggling and like, I know, again, some people were saying that they're kind of off and on. They're trying to stick to carnivore, but then guys, you got to commit. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. If you're struggling when it comes time to go out to eat, again, look for just meat options. Try to do your best, and there's nothing wrong with, maybe eggs. A lot of times some places may have breakfast items. Try to get eggs and bacon. If they don't, and try to get some kind of steak or burger. A lot of places will typically have some kind of steak or burger, eggs, bacon in some form or another. So, anyways, guys, all right, well, we will talk with you guys tomorrow, day 96, trying to get to our first goal of day 120 and the big picture, chapter 2, trying to get to day 180. All right, guys, bye.